By the end of this video, I'm going to show you how to win your Dungeons & Dragons launch party. Keep in mind, this is on 0.85 code. This is on a Pro. The Premium and LE, the rules could be a little bit different, but this is for a Pro. If you're watching this video at the end of February, most likely the information I'm about to give you, you can still use. However, if you're watching this in March or April, be sure and check and see what the current code is, because this information I'm about to give most likely will be out of date, in which case we'll have an updated video for you. Another important thing to understand about this game is that yes, Dungeons & Dragons is built around narrative, it is story-based, so on and so forth. But, however, we are playing what is a launch party. And with launch parties, obviously it's all about score. And as always, especially if we're looking at it from a game theory standpoint, obviously what happens with the software, the behavior a game rewards is the behavior that the game's going to encourage. Once I found out how to do this, it's where the safe points are. It's exactly what I would do. And you can pretty much apply this to any pro that's out there right now. So if you have launch parties that are coming up here at the end of February, early March, I do expect that the gameplay will change a little bit in the future because of software updates and because of rules updates. So obviously then the roadmap will change a little bit. With this code being at 0.85, there is a couple of ways that you can approach this. One of the ways you can do it is just by spamming the dragon targets the whole entire time. And by doing that, you could pretty much go to level 1 multi-ball, level 2 multi-ball, level 3 multi-ball. However, there's a lot of risk in that because that means you're hitting those three bank stand-up targets right below the dragon. It's a big chance to drain from there. Now, if you watch my previous video showing a general roadmap there, that still works to a point. However, on the newest code update that's been 0.85, the dragon multi-ball scoring has been nerfed. Because of that, I've kind of gone away from dragon multi-ball. And this whole strategy you're about to see, I don't even use any multi-balls at all. So a lot of risk. This particular strategy that I'm about to show you, the reason why I do this, or the reason why I would do this, is because it's not near as dangerous. It's very close to the start button. And I'll just straight up tell you right now, it's a cheesy way to play the game. But again, this is where the points are. If you go against this and you don't know how this works and somebody else does, that person, the advantage for them in terms of having a chance to win goes way in their favor. It goes way far in their favor. I'll just put it that way. Me and Carrie Wing, we tested out a bunch of different modes in the game, and we looked at the scoring, we looked at the potential, we looked at the shots. And right now, all the points are in this direction, all the values in this direction, all the minimal risk is in this direction. Really, if you are a mid-level to high-level player, this is probably going to be the way to go for you. Still feel free to mix in a dragon multi-ball whenever you feel it's necessary. But with this particular roadmap, you can still follow exactly what I'm doing here and just kind of tie in the other aspects to the game if you want to try to put in gelatinous cube multi-ball or try to use dragon multi-ball. But until then, I'm going to show you exactly how this works. Alrighty, so one of the things I would mention is for this video, I picked Anya. The reason for this is more luck, more treasure. I was testing this out and I feel like there's a mimic hurry up that's in the game that I'm more likely to find with this character. And you get the mimic hurry up by collecting treasure, which means you got to play dungeons. And I think we might see this during this gameplay. Also of note, make sure the town you pick is Arabelle, the lower right-hand corner town. We want that. Super important. You have to pick that for the first one to do the strategy I'm about to show you. So from here, of course, we're going to hit the 3 blue arrows that are around because we're traveling. We want to go into Arabelle. Avoid the dungeon. Whatever you do, the dungeon crawl, which is the middle shot. You see it lit for me right now. I'm ignoring it. Reason why? No points there right now. We don't want that. We want to play retrieve a potion for Nighdaar. That's what we want to do. It's quick mode, 3 purple hurry ups. Of course, if you miss it like I just did, it's not going to be as quick. The great news is if you keep missing it like I do, new shots span out there. So eventually you're going to find a shot that you can hit. But right now we're going to try to focus right up the middle scoop. And from there, we're going to try to go left orbit. And then from there, we're going to try to go side ramp. That's the idea. If everything was perfect, that's what would happen. Also keep in mind, you do have a shield right off the get-go. And then you got to complete the lanes for the in lanes, out lanes to light more shield. So I'm going to go into the left eject, feed the upper flipper, try to get the easy finish here, brick the easy finish. That's okay. Get back under control. This is a super messy opening. Hopefully everybody out there chases this dog a lot better than what I just did. All right, so we got through that. So we got some points early on, good foundation going. Gonna try to feed the upper flipper right here and then go straight into the side ramp so we qualify the city dungeon. And that's the crypt beneath the Temple of Tymora. Here's where things get nutty, okay? Follow me here. Again, we're looking for points. We wanna win. This is how we're gonna do it. Now, if you watched my previous video, you notice I kind of picked up on wondering if the rats could come back. All right, now, before I go on, we collect an extra ball there. The extra ball lights when you go into the first dungeon. I think it's just worth 1,000,000 points. If you want it, get it. If your tournament allows you or your league allows you to play extra balls, by all means, go ahead and go get it right there so you can play with 4 balls. That being said, you have red shots that show up everywhere. Those are the giant rats, all right? You want to hit all those red shots in order to get points. Kill the giant rats. Very simple, correct? Now here's where it gets a little funny. When you get to this point in the game, we want to get this final rat. So after we get this final rat, that'll start phase 2. Phase 2 lights 2 yellow shots in the right ramp, left orbit. We have to hit those 2 shots. They're not timed. They're not going to time out or anything like that. We got to hit them. So as soon as we hit them, that lights our advanced shot right up the middle. So here's where we get a little nutty. You are not going to hit this shot. I do not advise advancing, doing this strategy. And here's exactly why. If you notice, it's timing out. As soon as it times out, attacked by a giant rat. That's what you're seeing right now. All the rats are showing back up, and guess what? All the rats are worth points. That's what we're looking for. So now we're trying to get back under control. We still have a shield to use. We're trying to hit red shots to where we're damaging the rats while also getting points. So right now we got through the first phase again. So now we're doing the second phase. We can use our shield to hit the right ramp. Hopefully your copy allows that. And then if your copy allows the shield to hit the left orbit, by all means do that as well. So we're going to follow this strategy over and over and over again. Phase 1, hit the rats. Phase 2, hit the 2 yellow shots, trap up, timeout. That's all we're going to do. All right. Again, it's the cheesiest way to play and we're killing giant rats, but we're here to win. And this is what I have found. Safest way to do it. Even if I play Dragon level 1 multi-ball, the base value I think is somewhere around 45 million right now. And that's not really including hitting the 750,000 point jackpots around there or trying to get a super. You could still do that. You could work that in. However, this is just so close to the start button and it gets you advancing through the game. It's a way that you can start generating some points. And as you can see, I haven't done much this game and I'm already above 140 million. And on top of that, the center shot returns back to your right flipper, which is great for 2 reasons. Or actually, I'll say 3 reasons. You get a clean shot to the center ramp again. You build up your bonus X by completing lanes, and you build up your shield protection by getting more lanes. You can bank, I think, up to 2 shields still, although the UI doesn't show that 2 shields are there, but it gets progressively harder, right? The new code kind of did that to where instead of 1 or 2 finishes, it keeps building like 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 5 completions in order to get your shield relit. So this helps. You're building up so much bonus right now. You're getting shield protection. And once again, we're in the timeout phase. And now this is where you're going to see the points really start going up. I think the first phase of rats is worth like 18 to 20 million, somewhere around there. Second phase, somewhere around 20 to 25 million. But eventually we start seeing it go up to mid 30s, mid 40s, upper 40s, which is huge for this game. Considering that could be an entire level 1 Dragon multi-ball, why not just do this over and over and over again until you can't do it anymore? Because the reality is, if somebody else is putting the ball out of control, they're playing other modes that aren't worth as much points, they're taking a lot more risk, they're going to be behind the 8 ball. If you're an experienced player, you're doing something like this, and you happen to watch this video and it's still in 0.85 code and it's there for the taking, you're going to have the advantage is just going to go way in your favor. That's just the bottom line. All right, so we're back in a timeout phase once again as soon as I get under control. And I'm just going to show this to you guys just a couple more times. I don't want to stick here the whole entire time, but I know that I do this until I eventually decide to let the ball drain to show you what happens when you go over to ball 2. Because the beauty of this, even if you drain, you still get to stay in this phase for now, which is pretty cool. As long as you don't advance out of it, you're going to stay in this phase for the first drain. So we're killing rats again. And as you can tell, we are roughly just, what, like 6-8 minutes? I don't know how long we've been going so far, but we're already at 250 million. And we're still in the first city dungeon. And we got more shields. And we got bonus X. If you're going to learn anything from the strategy, that's pretty much what you're going to learn.
You have succeeded.
All right, we're past the first phase again. Repeat the process. Get your right ramp. Try to get trapped up. Try to backhand. Try to get under control. And time out. So I'll show this for one more lap. And then I might send you guys on a little time lapse here. That way we can get to the end of this ball. And we're going to see the points really start to go up right now. So we're at 276. Still spamming the middle until we can't spam it any longer. And then from there, we'll pick out our shots, whatever's available. So we're at 286 right now. 291. And on most copies, you can even backhand that quick turnaround shot as well, or the shortcut 180 shot. We're nearing 310. There's 312. We're collecting some treasure as well, some gold. And once the gold's not there on that shot anymore, that's when we got to try to figure out how to get that shot off the side ramp so I can advance to the next part or the next phase. And that's why you saw me just use a ranged weapon right there. Sometimes a ranged weapon will kill off an enemy completely or destroy them completely. Other times it just damages like half of their health or 3/4 of their health, in which case you still got to hit the shot. And we're at 14x bonus multiplier, so that bonus is going to start building awfully quick. And this is the other thing you can do. When you do get in this infinite loop right here, keep going over and over again to build up shield. That's probably what I'm doing right now because I'm building up multiplier and shield if I'm on the right flipper. If I get on the left flipper, I'm probably going to go for the right ramp. Yeah, there you go. I'm going to go for the right ramp if I'm on the left flipper. Trap up, time out, rinse and repeat. Now this, I fully do expect this to be closed off. I think this exploit loop will be closed. We won't be able to do this too much longer, but as a 0.85 can still do it. We will do it. We want to win plaques. This is how we win plaques. Cannot stress that enough. We're going to min-max the heck out of this. Just gnaw at the bone, known as killing off giant rats. All right, still going, still going. And as soon as we get past these rats, I am going to go ahead and speed run you guys to the end of this particular ball. So as you can tell, rats, 208 million so far, and we're going. So the ball's going up to the right flipper right now. I'm going to get you guys to the end of this ball. So the rats are coming back in right now. We're towards the end of this ball. And as you can tell right now, we're at 460 million. This is going to go over 500 million if I do this phase correctly. And this is pretty much where you want to stay at. Just keep doing this over and over again until you just drain out like I just did right there. Just let the ball go. Now, if you're in that spot and you don't want to let the ball go and you know that you're either out of dangers or you got the shield, hit the shield real quick, you'll save it. So let's see this bonus countdown. I think it's at like 18 or 20x on this, if I remember right. Okay, 20x, so 106 million. So right there, we got approximately after ball 1, and we're still in this dungeon, by the way, 595 million points. So when you drain out, as you can tell, we could advance if we hit the center scoop. Again, don't do that. Don't do that because you'll lose all your point opportunity right now. If you want to stay in this spot, let it time out. Keep going. Keep going. Keep killing the rats. And it is important to reiterate here that this is, if you're watching this and you're not a tournament player, this isn't necessarily normal. This is pretty much just what happens when you got game that's in early code. However, you have to play it in tournaments, right? You got the launch parties. And if you're doing that, you got to score more points than everybody else. That's how you win. Otherwise, if you're going any other direction, you're going to have an awfully hard time getting this many points. There's just simply not enough points there in all the modes, unless you are, even if you're playing like double scoring, which we don't even have to discuss when doing this strategy. Even if you're doing all that, you would have an awfully hard time getting over 600 million points. Not saying it's not impossible. Plenty of players out there that could do it. But again, it's just more about min-maxing. It's more about being safe. So at some point, yep. So right here, I'm trying to advance. And this is just to try to show you a little bit more of the game. So let's say you're in a situation to where you do start advancing this. Once you get to phase 3, you'll light 3 red shots to the right. You'll have your U-turn shortcut shot, your right ramp, and your right orbit. Every time you hit one of those shots, it will light a new shot to the left of those shots. So we're going to get our treasure. Here's the mimic right here. Here's why I was using Anya. As soon as I'm able to collect that treasure, which you get for playing a dungeon when you get to a certain phase, that causes a hurry up potentially. It's a percentage-based thing. And when that shows up, you're all in on that because more points. We got 40, 45, 47 million, something like that right there. So here we are, ball 2 at approximately 729 million points. And I would venture to say that if you're doing the strategy against somebody that is not aware of it and they're playing the left side of the towns and they're trying to get through there, like they're going to be in trouble. They're going to be in trouble and you're going to be way out ahead of them. The advantage is going to go squarely for you. So good thing you saw this video. You're aware of this. But once it gets to like 0.86, 0.87, or whatever the next code update is, I'm sure this isn't going to be there anymore once this gets out. But it's fun to do. It's a little party trick up front. All right, once you get to phase 4, you're going to have the hurry up phase right here. Orange shots add time, yellow shots would collect the hurry up. You got a critical hit. So you want to collect the hurry up as soon as possible. So I'll probably go left eject here. There's that shot. It's going to feed the upper right flipper. Diego is rescued, and we're going to finish with our shot to get our bonus collect. Now that we're out of that, we get to make some choices. And when you're playing here, this is when you can just start playing around and do whatever it is that you want to do. From here, you could play Dragon Multi-Ball if you want to. There's nothing wrong with that, and probably just a way to go about it, especially if you do this all in ball 2 or ball 1. Because then you have the risk reward, or you're kind of covered by extra ball, right? Because you have your ball 2 or ball 3 to go. So you can take that risk of hitting those targets. Just keep in mind, level 1 dragon, I found it's not really worth that much unless you're willing to grind out Celebration Multi-Ball, which is the multi-ball that comes after you defeat the dragon. So we're going to travel to Kobold Mining Town. And the reason for that is there's a couple of modes in there that I have found that if you have shields built up, you can get through them fairly quickly, and they're worth decent points. Okay, right here, the wolves are attacking. Now, I don't attack the wolves back right here. I just opt just to travel to town. I have heard, I probably should have dug into this more. I've heard that the wolves are decent value or pretty good value, but since I didn't hit any there, we couldn't see it. But just something to keep in mind just in case. Now we're going to play Spy on Puck. This is an interesting mode. I really, really dig this mode. You don't want to hit slings unless you want somebody to pop up that you battle. From here, you got every major shot's lit purple. You got to hit 10 of them before the timer expires in order to get through it. If you combo shots, that gives you double progress. And that's what you're going to start seeing right here. So keep your combo up. and you'll see it go. We've got 8 collects left. Now we got 6. Now we'll pop up to the upper right. We'll get the side ramp. If you have your shield, hit your shield. Because watch this. You can loop the right ramp for the combo to finish it off. Loop it twice, up the middle. Mode's done right there. 57 million. You can speed run that if you don't miss any shots. 20, 25, 30 seconds. You'll be through with it. All right, we're still in Kobold Town. Okay. This one right here, I fully believe this will change. It's probably way different on the premium and LE. If you get in this on a pro, on 0.85 code, ignore everything else for now. Just go up the middle. The reason for that, you'll get value, you'll get points by going up the middle, and the timer resets anyways. It gets added on, which is what the other shots will do also. However, you're not going to keep playing the dice game. So here, you're just dicing out the whole entire time. That's all you're going to do. Center ramp, center scoop, center scoop, center scoop, center scoop. I was having X-Men flashbacks there. But yeah, so we're right back in this loop of just going up the middle the whole time. And this is just when you get Tiny's dice game going. And eventually, if you do the things I showed you, you will light Tiny's dice right up the middle, and this is what you'll get into. What I would recommend, because it's here, just keep hitting that shot. If you want to try to time it out, you can, if that's what you want to do. However, you do have to hit a switch to keep the timer going, and obviously if you hit a purple shot, that will just give you more time. So being in a launch party, well, we want to win. We're here. We're getting points. This is where the points are. It's safe. It's repeatable. It comes back to your flipper. That's what we're going to do. But I'm going to save you guys from seeing all this. We're going to fast forward to the point to where I'm getting out of this. Alrighty, so we time skipped here a little bit, and we're towards the end of me playing the Tiny's dice game. Hopefully I've won. I think Tiny's going to kick me out of the cavern, or whoever's cavern I'm in right now. I don't think they're going to let me in anymore. I think we're done with it for now. So at some point, this will end. I should miss shots here in a few. I know I do at some point here. Come on, Travis. Miss the shot. There we go. Now we're joling out. Oh, I think we might reset it. Okay, we only got 2 seconds. It's going to end. I promise you. It's going to end. All right. And NC. Okay. So 220 million points there. That took me probably about, I don't know, 8-10 minutes of playing it. If you're in that spot, just keep doing that. It is what it is. The next mode I want to play is Rescue Missing Miners. Love this mode. It's a lot of fun. You can either rescue the miners with the orange shots, or you can battle the boule by hitting the red shots. I like mixing it up. I don't know, honestly, I don't know what happens if you just opt just to hit one color of a shot. So I purposely try to hit all the shots. And I try to spread it out a little bit because I don't want to accidentally scare the boule off before rescuing all the miners. And I don't want to collect 3 orange shots to rescue all the miners. So whether that's right or wrong, I'll be honest, I don't know, but I've always found doing it this way, I've been getting really solid value out of it, mode-wise. Some of the modes I'll get 20, 25 million points, somewhere right around here. By doing this, I'm pretty sure I'm around like 60 to 75 million. We'll see what comes up here in a few, but I'm pretty sure it's somewhere right around that area. So we got 1 miner left. We're going to use our long range weapon, which you can use your action button, spans a shot. All right, we're about to get out of this. The last shot for 21 million bonus. Yep, there we go, 75 million. So that's pretty much it right there. I mean, the only other thing to really show you guys what to do from here would just be Dragon Multiball. And I think at this point, everybody out there, if you've watched enough or you played this, you know what Dragon Multiball is. You know what's baked into the cake right there. So I'll go ahead and pause it right here because you're about to see a funny little bug right here. I don't know why that happens. I tried to play the last mode. It sends me the error bell. Sends me packing. I didn't intend on packing there, or I didn't intend on traveling there. So I'm gonna go ahead and just leave it at that for this final ball. We're gonna get the ball 3. I skipped through the bonus real quick, but you can see how big that bonus is though. 182 million at that point. That's big bonus right there. That's how you do this general strategy. Keep in mind, it is on 0.85 code. I can't reiterate this enough. It's probably going to change at some point. So if you watch this video, be sure wherever you go play, make sure you know what the code is. And that way you're well prepared. But yeah, as soon as a new strategy emerges, new code drops, of course, we'll be right on top of it and we'll try to figure out a new strategy and we will bring that to you as soon as possible, because the goal is to get as many of you out there well prepared for your launch parties. And that way it's just a lot more fun. When you know what to do on the game, a lot more fun. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. We greatly do appreciate it. And as always, I'll see you guys on the next one.
Mm-hmm.